Hey, I want to be back with you. I was thinking about some of my good old days as a tour bus driver in Washington, D.C. And I was very young and thought I was going to live forever. And I'd taken people down to Mount Vernon and they come back on a boat. So on the way back, I stopped across the street from my bank, National Bank of Washington, D.C., which was on Rhode Island Avenue and South Capitol Street, northeast. And it wasn't in the greatest neighborhood, but it was rough. And at that point in time, buses give change. So there was about one bus driver, cab driver each week getting murdered, not counting other ways that got robbed uh, between Washington and Baltimore City. And but being young, I thought it didn't apply to me. And I had a flat bottom bus, a transit bus. So I parked across the street from the bank, and I even left my wallet on the dash that I only had $1 in it. Ran across the street and dropped the envelope in the bank box to pay my car payment. Came back, and this bus was an automatic, and it was start up in gear. The mechanic had taken the switch off, and I bounced up in that seat, and I started the bus up. And no sooner got out in the middle of the street, and two teenagers come out with a 38 in their hand. And they shoved on me, wanted me to pull the bus down a side street. Well, I knew if I went down there, I was the very least I was going to get done is just get the hell beat out of me, but probably be killed. So I told them I couldn't go down there because I was a student, and my supervisor is riding, follows me down the road from time to time, making sure I'm learning how to drive the bus properly. I'd already got the bus between the two yellow lines of Red Island Avenue. Well, um, our bus was it was actually the paint was called Blue Lines Blue. DuPont, I think, paint named it like that. But it was pretty close to the Metro buses. They weren't Metro then; they were called DC Transit, owned by old Roy Chalk. Now the problem is I didn't have the money to give them. I had $1. They already got that. Off to write them a check. You may not believe that, but when you're looking down at the barrel of a 38, you start thinking about a lot of things. And I could remember, I thought as long as I didn't get shot in the face, I would survive. And I didn't know in those days the component parts of my stomach, how important they are and how closely aligned. So I told him, I said, fellas, I wouldn't want you to think I'm lying to you. I'm going to stand up and show you I don't have anything in my pocket. Well, I said, now, if you get off the bus and leave me alone, I won't say anything about this. And I said, go. And they started to go, and I figured they were going to turn and shoot at me, and I was going to die for it. But no, they kept on going, went down the street. Well, I did say I wasn't going to say anything about it, but I started thinking of someone. I was mostly scared that they were going to accidentally shoot me by mistake. They probably never even fired that gun. And I felt like if I didn't say something, someone got killed, I'd be responsible. So I went down about 7 blocks to the police station. And the police officer wanted a description. I said, well, they were teenagers. They were black. They had a V-neck T-shirt on. They had a 38, snub-nosed, blue steel, and the serial housing. Serial numbers right over the sugar housing. And of course, they never caught them. But once more, um, the Lord looked out for me. Well, I just wanted to tell you that story.